viewers. Hello, subscribers. All right, what do I have for you guys? See, Linux Mint 22.3 release will be a short cycle. Immediate focus is Lmde. Says here, according to the latest news from Linux Mint, the team is currently focusing its efforts on Lmde, but plans to release Linux Mint 22.3 in December. Clem's Leafy BVRE, heads of the project, said that this will be a very short release cycle. I acknowledge that the previous release came out later than expected. The focus in 22.3 will be on Cinnamon, a shop they work in progress features. For those that don't know, the Linux Mint team maintain two versions of Linux Mint. The main Linux Mint version is based on Ubuntu, while Lmde is based on Debian. Lmde acts as a kind of backup for the project in case anything happens to Ubuntu. Says here, the main priority of Linux Mint 22.3 will be the new version of Cinnamon. It will include a new menu, a status applet, and Wayland compatible handling for keyboard layoffs and inputs methods. And then it says the work on Lmde 7, codename GG, has already begun. The goal is to combine a Debian 13 package base with improvements for Linux Mint 22.22 and support OEM installation. The OEM support was already implemented during the Mint 22.2 cycle, which was accelerated progress. The new OEM support has been tested and is working very well, and the team is currently adapting lib add changes and reapplying patches. And says here, the upcoming Lmde 7 will only ship for AMD 64 and i386 is no longer fully supported by Debian 13 in 2025. Most people won't be affected by this change, but it's a shame for anyone trying to keep legacy hardware alive. A beta of Lmde is expected to be released this month so that the community can test it before the final release. It says Linux Mint 22.2 was released earlier this month with native fingerprint login support, improved theming, and enhancement to Mint X app. You can read more in our coverage. Well, if you that's the end of the article. Well, if you remember, during the I think it was last year, or the year before, they said they were moving away from i386, i386. The article talks about what a shame for people that's using like older architecture. Well, you got XFCE for that for now until things change. But computer hardware is so cheap now. I don't think people should be really complaining about the changing computer architecture. It's just like technology grows, it moves, and it comes out with new informations and new technology, and software grows and user base number grows. So everything has an expiration date on it. So yeah, just upgrade to a newer architecture. That's what you can do. Move to Pentium architecture. When it comes to running Linux, operating system, move to Pentium architecture. Get off i386, 486, or even 586, and move to Pentium architecture, because that's where they are now. So that way you won't be affected by the changes that's happening. But other than that, man, this update is this 22.3. Lmde, it's just the Linux Mint has a backup, just in case if anything happens to Ubuntu, and of course there's XFCE. So this is a nice little update for you Linux Mint users. And you know, this is all about, the goal is to combine Debian 13 package base with improvements for Linux Mint 22.2 and support for OEMs. So yeah, that should hope. And of course, there's the lib add waiter, add changes to lib add waiter, and keep moving from there. But when it comes to these using Linux, I was using Ubuntu 18.4, and I was trying to go up to 19, and then the 18 was like 18 only, the support for 18 only go up to i386. So that means I would have to go to like a 486, probably 586 or a Pentium. So one thing about these Linux distros, they warn you, about the limitation of your hardware. You'll let you know, okay, the next, like this operating system only supports i386. That means to use the next one, that means you got to go up. So you always get a warning when it comes to using Linux. So the way you I know preservation is a big thing. But in today's world, man, it's like the way you keep up with these OSs is just go into newer hardware, newer architecture, and then carry on from there. Yep. But other than that, you guys are good. Catch you next time. Thanks for watching, and see you in the next video. Have a great day. Bye for now.